Innovative business strategies don't always come with big, shiny conference rooms from people wearing suits and ties. Sometimes, the most forward-thinking businesses are born out of simple philosophies and humble beginnings, from the idea that if you do good to others, they will be good to you.
The restaurant industry is a very tough industry. You know, it's typically long hours, it's a high turnover rate with employees. You're the ones working when everybody else is off. So you're working on vacations when customers are not, and you're working on, you know, evenings when everyone else is off of work. It just makes it very difficult. You try real hard to find time for your families and your kids and all that kind of stuff. So it's just a tough industry.
But this restaurant in Lafayette, Indiana, marches to a different beat and has been since 1965. Arni's restaurant was established on the belief that employees should be treated with respect and given the same benefits that bigger companies offer. It's not what you'd expect from a small family restaurant in the Midwest, but it's working and has for over 50 years.
Many generations of families have been our clientele, and they have a certain expectation, and we want to deliver what they expect. We deliver great food and great service, but we don't chase trends.
Arni was an amazing man, and he knew how to take care of his family, and his family didn't just include his wife and children. His family was the community. He was born and raised here, and he just had a gift to know how to take care of people, treating his employees the way he treated them, with respect, with benefits, with the pay, offering great products at reasonable prices, and taking care of those that weren't able to take care of themselves. It made Arni successful beyond even his wildest dreams.
One of the first times that we came over the bridge from Lafayette to West Lafayette, there was a big sign up. It was his first advertising. And the sign read, "Meet you at Arni's." And that was the start of that particular phrase. And it certainly has stuck and made a big difference.
I started in 1972 as a part-time employee, just doing the payroll one day a week. After a couple years, the office manager left, and I took over that job and stayed for 31 plus years. I liked Arni. He was the most terrific man to work for. He made coming to work fun, treated his employees more like family than employees. I am so proud to have said I worked for Arni Cohen. There's not many bosses like that in the world.
Like I said, I started 30 years ago, and the two men that stood up with me at my wedding worked at Arni's then. They still work at Arni's now. You create family and friendships here.
For over 50 years, Arni's restaurants have been serving fresh and delicious food with a friendly smile. When you come to Arni's, you're getting more than just a good meal. You're experiencing one of Indiana's finest restaurant traditions. Family and friends all gather here to experience the feel-good environment, great service, and the one-of-a-kind thin crust pizza.
When you think about the reasons that Arni's is so important to the community, you really got to look at that in a couple different ways. I mean, obviously, from an economic standpoint, the reasons that a community is strong when they have local family-owned businesses like Arni's. And you think about the jobs that it creates, the community connections, you think about the people that work here, the high school and college kids that have worked their way through school here, the other opportunities that people have had because of Arni's. You think about those relationships that I talked about between families and people. And then you also think about their involvement in the community. The Arni's and the Cohen family have been very involved in the greater Lafayette community literally for decades, being involved with different events that we have in the community, helping support different civic organizations, social organizations that really help build that foundation and that quality of life that we want for all of our citizens. So when you think about those reasons that Arni's are important, you know, it's a lot of different ways that they've done things for the community. And when you think of Arni's, you think of Lafayette. When you think of Lafayette, you think of Arni's.
You have a situation with Arni's where the food's always great, and the camaraderie's great, the family's great, and the memories are wonderful, and you really can't ask for much more than that.
My brother-in-law is hosting some folks from the North Carolina area Raleigh and at his house for New Year's Eve, and wanted 20 Arni's pizzas shipped to his house. And I got on the phone, talked actually with Brad, and able to put that together where 20 pizzas that were going to be able to go out the door and arrive to them the next day for their New Year's Eve party in Raleigh, North Carolina.
It was like legendary status to say, oh yeah, I know Arni. Arni knows my name. And that's the key to small business and a local, local restaurant. When you walk in the door and someone says, oh, hey, John, that's pretty cool, because you feel like a sense of belonging in a place. So, and that's how Arni was.
We've been able to evolve by having a solid understanding of who we are and what we mean to our customer base and what we mean to the community, and growing those core values rather than jumping on the latest fad and the latest trends.
The mission of Arni's Restaurants going forward, I believe, is to continue to do what we do best, and that is to provide great products, to provide quality service, and to provide an honest place for employees to work. And I believe that that's what will continue the tradition of customers meeting you at Arni's.
To have one of Indiana's finest traditions delivered right to your door, visit meetyouatarnis.com.